With only 2 weeks until the NFL regular season begins, I thought now would be a good time to go over some of the biggest news going on in the AFC East. Welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to an AFC East update edition of Billievers Talk. We're going to go over some of the latest news and notes from the AFC East. Again, these are the teams that the Buffalo Bills will be playing 2 times this season. Before we do that, however, I want to remind everyone, if you want to hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button as we continue to keep you up to date on some of the biggest Bills news and all updates going throughout the regular season. And we will also be giving you live play-by-play and reaction to every single Buffalo Bills game, whether it be me on this channel or whether it be Hashtag Sports over at their channel. We'll be giving you every single game live. Also going to be on sportscaster.com. Check out all the links below. So we do look forward to that and look forward to you guys joining us for that as well. But what I want to talk about in this episode is the AFC East. Again, the Buffalo Bills play this division 2 times a year, or these teams in this division 2 times a year, and there's been some big news as of late, mostly surrounding the New York, New Jersey Jets, but some other news regarding the Patriots as well, and we're not too concerned at this point with the Dolphins. So we see what's going on down there. They're still fighting over who's going to be the starting QB, but hey, we'll see what happens with them as well. We know what it's like to be a surprise team. 2 seasons ago, we were projected to finish with 4 wins, 3 wins. We were tanking, as some experts said, and yet we made the playoffs. So anything can happen in the NFL. But I want to start with the New England Patriots. You know, the champs from last season. We'll start there. So 2 big things coming out of New England recently. First is the NFL reinstating Josh, used to be Flash Gordon. This to me is not as big of a move as some analysts think it is. I think Josh Gordon's going to have a fine season just because of the system he plays in, right? You play with Tom Brady, you play in Bill Belichick's system, you're going to have a good season. That's just how it happens. And you know, most people think that the New England Patriots will win the AFC East again and have a clean road to the Super Bowl, and that's very possible. They haven't lost that much where that could be in jeopardy. You know, we know about the Gronk loss, but we know more about Belichick and Brady and their system together and how well that's been running for the past 20 years. So, but again, Josh Gordon to me seems like a decent signing for them as far as a wide receiver, a decent reinstatement, I should say. But he's nothing to be scared of. I mean, I don't know why analysts thought this would be such a huge play for the New England Patriots. First, I do want to say that last year, when he went into rehab, there was a reason why he put himself into rehab, and I thought there was speculation that he failed another NFL drug test and was then decided to do it himself instead of being suspended again. I want the NFL to revisit that, because if that's true, shouldn't he be suspended when he comes back? I'm not sure how that works. And again, this was all just speculation, but I do wonder about that. If he failed a drug test and then decided to put himself into rehab, and then now he's back, I want him to be clean too. I don't want this to be something that he has to continue to live with. But he has had drug history in the past. He's missed 2 full NFL seasons due to suspension because of his violation of the NFL drug policy. So if he did fail a drug test and then decided to put himself into rehab and quit from the NFL, that doesn't mean he's free from suspension, does it? I mean, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on the matter. But again, that's all speculation. Maybe if that would have happened, the NFL would have taken that into consideration. Maybe it didn't happen at all. But we'll see if there's any more repercussions for that. But you talk about Josh Gordon, you're talking about his 8th year in the league. Again, he was suspended for the 2015-2016 season, so that's 2 years gone. So really, this is going to be his 6th year in the league. 2018, he had 41 catches in 12 games. Those aren't numbers that are going to intimidate many defensive coordinators, many defensive backs. In fact, against the Buffalo Bills, he played 1 game against the Buffalo Bills last year. He had 4 catches for 42 yards. That's not like, there's going to be a lot of receivers that get 4 catches for 42 yards. And if Josh Gordon's your number 1, maybe number 2 behind Julian Edelman, you probably want a little bit more production than that. But we talk about the Buffalo Bills' #1 pass defense. Why would we be worried about Josh Gordon being reinstated? We still have the #1 pass defense. Our corners, our lockdown corners, our safeties are probably one of the best tandems, if not the best tandem in the NFL. And I just don't understand why, some analysts were saying now the AFC East has put on notice. Like we weren't already put on notice. These are the New England Patriots. We know what we're dealing with here. Don't act like they got exponentially better just because they added Josh Gordon. I think this is, good for them, but not anything that the Buffalo Bills or any team in the AFC East should have to overly concern themselves with. Not exactly a statistical hog like he was in 2013. Everyone wants to remember that 2013 when Josh Gordon earned the name Flash Gordon. He hasn't been that guy for a long time. In fact, in his 8-year career, he has never finished a full season, including the 2 he got suspended. So by week 16, he might not even be on the Patriots. So what are we talking about? And then just today, we heard that Patrick Chung, defensive back from the New England Patriots, we heard that he is now in legal trouble for possession of marijuana and has a court hearing about that. Now, we have seen players get suspension for this before, so we'll see if he gets a suspension again. And if he does, if he gets that full week suspension, that will include that week 4 matchup against the Buffalo Bills. So we'll see what happens there, but those are the 2 big names and biggest news surrounding your New England Patriots. We go to the New York, New Jersey Jets, right? Unfortunately, the Jets have gotten hit twice, boom, boom, with some bad news within the past week or 2. And the first one is Avery Williamson last week, during that week 2 preseason game, tore his ACL. So he is done for the season. You're talking about an inside linebacker for the New York Jets, played his college ball at Kentucky. He was with the Jets last season after being with Tennessee for his first 3 seasons. First 4 seasons. And this guy has had 100 or more tackles in 3 of the 5 seasons he played, including 120 for the New York, New Jersey Jets last season. So you're talking about a guy who was a huge contributor to this team. I mean, I know you're talking about them adding C.J. Mosley during free agency, but you still look at a linebacker who played in all 16 games last season for the Jets, who did pretty well. And like I said, 120 tackles, you can't just replace that. 3 sacks and an interception last year as well. C.J. Mosley was supposed to come in and be partner with that, right? And they were supposed to be a force linebacker. But now you look at the Jets linebacker situation, not as much depth there as you might like, and that includes the next bad news for the New York, New Jersey Jets, as Brandon Copeland was suspended for 4 games by the NFL for a drug violation of some sort, probably some PEDs or something like that. But that will include, of course, that week 1 matchup against our Buffalo Bills. So we're looking at 2 good linebackers not going to be a part of the Jets team at week 1 when Buffalo goes to East Rutherford to play the Jets. So we talk about Brandon Copeland. Again, he's an outside linebacker. Again, was going to complement C.J. Mosley, was going to complement Avery Williamson. But he played outside linebacker. He came from University of Penn. 2018, played in all 16 games. He started in 10, and he has played. Okay, in the 3 years he's played in his career, he's played in every single game. He did miss a year in there. But in 2018, he had 5 sacks, 24 tackles. And that includes in the 2 games against Buffalo, he had 1 sack and 4 tackles. So he was disruptive when he came into play at linebacker. So that will be a player who's missed as well for the New York, New Jersey Jets. So the Bills might get a little bit of a break here, as the Jets will definitely be without Avery Williamson for that week 1 game and that week 17 game, of course, when we talk about that. And they'll probably, it looks like in this case, unless there's some sort of if Brandon Copeland goes back to league, I forget what they call it now off the top of my head, but if he fights the suspension, it looks like Brandon Copeland will be suspended as well. Grievance, if he files a grievance with the league, and maybe he can play week 1, maybe the suspension doesn't take effect week 2 or something, but it looks like he'll be suspended for that week 1 matchup as well for against the Buffalo Bills. So the Bills might get away with not having to go up against 2 of the Jets' better linebackers. And again, that linebacker depth in New York, not what it used to be. Week 4, maybe Patrick Chung gets suspended. We might see what happens against the New England Patriots with that marijuana charge. We're not sure yet. Again, that's just something I heard about today. And also, of course, the New England Patriots get Josh Gordon reinstated. We'll see if that has an effect on the Week 4 matchup. Again, I don't think it's going to have any more effect than if it was somebody else out there. I just think that with our corners especially, you're going to put Trey White on him, and he's going to shut him down, and we will be fine. I think, again, he's going to have a good season for New England. But that's just because he's a wide receiver playing in New England. Nothing more than that. I don't think this is some sort of extravagant talent like when they got Randy Moss or anything. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you think Josh Gordon being reinstated does hurt the Bills more than what I'm thinking it does. Let me know what you think about the injuries to the Jets linebackers. Hope, obviously, that, or the Jets linebacker, and then suspension to Copeland as well. Again, guys, we are going to be with you throughout 2019, giving you all of the breaking Bills news, giving you live play-by-play reaction to Buffalo Bills games during the regular season. And if it's not me, it's going to be over at #sports and at sportscaster.com. Links in the description below to all of that. Also partnering with BewareTheStampede.com this season. So make sure you check out BewareTheStampede.com for all the latest Buffalo Bills news as well. I look forward to talking to you soon. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and like this video. Share it as well. Once you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, you will be notified when we go live. You'll be notified when we post new videos, constantly post new comments. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Leave a comment, like I said. I happily reply. And I will see you tomorrow for game day. I'll talk to you all soon. Till I do, go Bills.